don't know if you guys ever remembered back on N64, there was a Zelda game called Majora's Mask, and there was a meteor that was slowly falling towards the Earth, and it'd be like 72 hours until the final day. Well, we're 72 hours away from Adepticon.
Nice.
Welcome to the X&1 Legion cast, everybody. This is Randy, here with Mitchum and Matt. How's it going, guys?
Tired. Dad life is tiring, as you all know.
I do know.
It's great. Everything is great. Everything's sunshine, roses coming up. It's all coming up Millhouse, baby.
Mitchum was just, for the audio listeners, holding up his Asajj Ventress shirt.
That'll be a good bald chick.
His favorite
baby.
Sith. Yeah.
For the audio listeners that are easily deceived, it is an Ahsoka shirt because we have some new news related to Ahsoka.
Yeah. We've been talking about that news a bit on our Discord. If you are interested in joining our Discord and chatting with us and other people that like to chat about Legion, there's been some pretty good discussion going on in there.
Yeah.
I'd like to shout out my Wookiee boys, in list building.
Guys, there are too many Wookiee boys in our Discord right now.
Let's go, Wookiee boys.
We need some Shadow Collective help. We need some more Ahsoka. Oh man, I was gonna say a word that's inappropriate. But yes, Ahsoka stands, if you will. We need
Sheik Defenders defend list chat from other lists. It's Wookiees only.
We need to almost relegate them to their own.
Should it be 13 or 12 Wookiees in this list?
It's such debauchery. It's so gross.
Oh, I love it.
It's so gross.
Oh man. Yeah. But the other thing we've got going right now too is we have a little Google form questionnaire. It should be linked in the description below along with the Discord invite link. And it is talking about time. Not space, mainly just time. Time for tournaments, and we just kind of want to get a vibe of what people are feeling about tournament play, how long it's taking for rounds, turn zero, that kind of thing. So if you would be so kind to fill that out, that will help us with a future episode. So yeah, we'd appreciate it. But yeah, we got a good episode for you guys today. We are going to talk a little bit of news. Some boxes have been shown on the Asmodee site. We're going to build that command tower. Keep building it up. And then we're going to do a little Adepticon prediction bingo. So we're going to make our bingo card. So when we're watching stuff this week, we can see how right or wrong we were about what's coming down the pipeline. But hopefully we'll get some good chatting out of that. And you guys can see our weird thoughts about this game. But before we go too far, guys, we got to do some hobby harassment. How's it going? Man, if you're not in that Discord, people are harassing Mitchell real good.
God,
it is great. I love it. And if you need to be harassed to hobby too, you get in there.
It is borderline literal harassment almost, but no, it's been great. I was playing. I got to play a game last Monday now, a week ago, and I posted game pictures in the chat like I always do, and no one cared about anything else on the table but my unpainted primed Bad Batch. There were so many people like zooming in and taking screenshots of my primed Bad Batch, just like, okay, like, guys, I know it's such an important unit though, and I'm scared to paint it because I don't want to paint him wrong. I want it to look good. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone. I did paint though. I did paint.
Just accept the fact they'll be terrible.
I know. It's fine. I think I have a scheme I want to do for Bad Batch, and I just need to commit to it. So
I do respect it though. So thank you for everyone who did that, because that's the kind of energy I want. Not toward me, obviously, but toward Mitchell.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I did win that game, by the way, though. Thank you very much. I got to stomp on many Wookiees' faces, and it felt fantastic, by the way. So
But at what cost?
I don't like that.
Actually, not that much. I don't think I lost a single activation. So, it was a learning game, and it was, yeah. He learned some things.
Wasn't a learn to paint game.
Yeah. Maybe it should have been.
We did the thing.
Well, speaking of the table, as you'll look behind me on my desk, I have primed the first flower, 3D printed from Randy. This is my last unit of sleeper cells right here. So I'm thinking, I don't know, this is kind of like a test paint. I need to figure out like what kind of bright colors I want to paint, and it's weird because like it came out blue, so I primed it black, and then I did like a white to simulate the sun from top down. So the inside will look a lot brighter than the outside. So I'll probably do like a darker color around the outside and probably a bright color on the inside, and then have like the stock and then like the bulb be a different color. I don't know. I gotta figure it out. But and I don't know if I want to do that with the rest of the stuff you're printing for me, Randy, because I know you got that filament. So I might just like accent it. I just don't really know how to do it without like priming the whole thing. And I guess an airbrush would be helpful in this point. So like, I guess if everybody has any tips, let me know. Because Randy he's printing them in a color that we have predetermined. He bought some filament. It's called filament. I don't know, 3D printing.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Plastic.
The 3D printing stuff that you put in the thing and it makes all the other stuff. Bamboo Labs, please sponsor us.
please sponsor.
So yeah, it's like a magenta color, so that's what all this stuff will look like. But I don't want to prime over that because I really like the look of the color. But I do want to add some pops there, and I want to make the terrain look, unique and different. So I don't know how to paint it without priming it, though.
We'll have to see how it takes the paint without the prime.
Yeah, I mean,
worst case, you could do a light white.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Mm-hmm. Like a light,
because I feel like when it's a dark plastic and you do the white prime, you usually have to do multiple layers to get it fully covered in white.
Yeah.
So maybe if you just hit it with the one layer.
Yeah, this one I had to do multiple times in white because I did it black first, and then to get an actual white. So even if there's still some of that filament showing through, I would be fine with that. And I think the white would kind of really make brighter colors pop even more, which is what I want. I want kind of like not a fluorescent, but like a very luminous, bright, at certain areas and stuff like that. That's kind of like the goal. And again, ZZ Armory, who's in the Discord, he's been dropping some mad stuff, and he's got a whole new lineup coming out at the end of this month, and it's like all height 2 mushrooms, and it's more like airy terrain stuff, and I'm so excited. So definitely go check out his stuff. It looks great. So
yep. Big fan. I've printed stuff of his before, and it's always quality and supportless, which is a big deal.
Yeah, and from this print, I mean, this STL, I mean, I don't know. I didn't print it, but I think it was pretty solid from what Randy told me.
Oh, yeah. So, it was super easy.
So
I just popped it in the program and hit print. I didn't have to do anything.
I defer to these guys. I know the words 3D and printer separately, but together, I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. So, but anyway, I did paint a little bit. I painted my second unit of sleeper cells with my little Loth Cat guy, little leader. And then I got droid.
Very nice.
Blue droid because it's Blue Squad.
Did you ever do the droid with the tank treads?
Yeah.
Did you ever do one with tank treads?
These are tank treads, I think.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
I did all the droids different. So I did because they came in 3 pieces. So it has like the legs and then the body and then the head. So I did a different head. It's like all the bodies are the same, but I did a different head and different legs with each one. So just kind of because I'm painting them all very similar. So just to try to add a little variance where I could. And it's really the blue, and then I have red squad, and then I have, this is going to be probably green squad right here. There's going to be a lot more shadow effects on those guys. I'm trying something a little different. But yeah, so that's kind of what I've been doing hobby-wise. thought there was something else I did, but I can't remember.
Well, how about you, Matt? How's it going?
So I've had a little bit of time to hobby. I didn't get a lot of painting done. I did a bunch of priming and building. I said last episode I had built my last Wookiee unit. I lied. I bought another one. And here's a couple of kind of me battle shield. Anyway, off the script a little bit. Just kind of using the extra units to make battle shield. I also, for all my Fluttercraft squad, I started building and I primed my Fluttercraft. So here's like the main hull. Here's the wings. I primed them. Also started priming some of these parts from the sprue. I'm going to paint it and then put it together because of the Wookiees. The Wookiees are in the garage. Also, they're being primed right now. So, Fluttercraft. Actually, I'd said it looked complicated, looked flimsy. I think it's going to be fine. I think I'm going to try to put a magnet on where the wing goes to the main hull. So like here, like it slots in, but I think I can put like a magnet there, and then I'm going to try to magnetize the bottom.
Those are not just pressure fit?
It does. There's like a slot, so there's a little nub at the bottom here, and there's a little.
Is it a yub nub?
It's a little yum nub, so like right here, but it doesn't. It's not like tight, so like it kind of like it would come off.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't like slot in.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking if I can just cut that little piece right there, and just make that a magnet, and then cut this little nub off and make that a magnet, then maybe we'll be okay. So. But no, I think the Fluttercraft's gonna be fun. I'm excited about it. So,
Overrun is a fun keyword. It's less fun than it used to be, but it's still fun.
It's still pretty good.
I'm trying to decide between that
Did
and
the
the
Fluttercraft
gunner.
have overrun?
They have the bomb guy. They have two crew options. They have the gunner with the bowcaster, which is like red, black bowcaster, and then they have the bomb thrower. So,
yeah, the guy I was playing last week. He brought a Fluttercraft with a gunner, and it was kind of like the first. He's running only. This is like the second time he ran it, so he's still trying to find a good way to keep it alive, but also like pointing it backwards so it can shoot at people, which is like really weird. I found, but it has so much movement options, and in the Wookiee Defender voice, it can like increase and decrease its speed, which I think helps a lot. But it's just so unique and weird that it's really. You have to play it a few times to kind of fully understand it, I think. So
yeah,
I think the bomber is better in my opinion, but I don't know.
You'll be leaning on reposition a lot for the Fluttercraft.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's also probably better to bring more than one. I think you want at least two.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah. Well, let's see. For me, they're packed in my bag, so I'm not gonna get them out. But I finished the yellow and purple squad of Black Suns I was working on. So I'm at like 15 out of 72 for the year. So I'm on a decent pace. I got some Halo guys primed here. The rest of Bad Batch next to me. A sleeper cell in progress, and I'm about to stop all of that because I remembered I'm running D&D this Saturday, so I have like some like boss miniatures I need to paint up. So, but anyways, and then we have a tournament coming up in April. I think that's second weekend. And I'm trying to get my upgraded Bespin table done. So I need to finish airbrushing that landing platform I printed. Because it's cool. I think it's going to be a great piece for the table. But I need to touch up some of the other stuff too. But yeah, it's cool. So I'm going to throw this out there. Because I wasn't able to find it. A couple other people on the Discord wasn't able to quite find it. But on TTS, there are some like hologram wanted signs. They're red and blue. They're typically like light cover. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Little terrain pieces.
Yeah, didn't we get those from? Weren't we given a bunch of those from like LSO a couple years back? Or
I don't know, but if there is a place to buy them online, I would like to know because I would like to add those to my table as well. I would really love to get some with the three of us on
yeah.
on the acrylics, but that's a bigger ask. I might just get do some wanted posters and
I'm pretty sure that
put them on some of the walls.
Either a couple of years ago, like 2-3 years ago, LSO had a bunch of them, and they used them on like all of their tables, and then they ended up like giving them all away as like extra prize support. And that's how I think there's a guy in our community that ended up with like a bunch of them that he uses for his Geonosian table. So
I was about to say, I know I've seen them before. They exist somewhere, so I'm gonna try to pull the internet's resources to bring me the answer that I seek.
good deal.
Very good. So we will keep reporting in about hobby, but let's talk about some news. So we saw some boxes, and the first box we saw on the Asmodee site here, I will throw up a screen, and then I will just get out of the way and let Mitchum talk. Ahsoka Tano, Commander and Padawan.
The box looks so good. It looks so good. I love that. I've really kind of come around to the new art on the boxes. Yeah. So obviously very excited. The box comes with 2 models, 1 unit card, a punch sheet, insert sheet, an upgrade card, and I think 3 command cards. So I think through some very clever reading and some deciphering of the top text on the top of the box, you can see there, it basically says that she will be a commander in GAR, but she can also be taken as an upgrade in a clone trooper squad. So like think like Fives or Echo or like the Jedi, or like probably that one of those personnel squads. So you can have her as the leader and then still bring a heavy, and then probably still bring like a medic or a specialist or like a clone technician or something like that. So still kind of leading into that, clone infantry squads trying to build towards versatility and, trying to lean into this new clone identity of them being super elitist and able to like really customize their squads.
Were you disappointed that it's not an operative?
I'm
AMG found a way to skirt giving.
Yeah, it's
close it operative again.
I think she would have been better as GAR needs operatives because the 2 that they have are not good. And I think she would have been a perfect addition. But I guess I also see why they didn't do it, because like potentially you could have like Obi-Wan, Anakin, and then Ahsoka. So that's like 3 Jedis on the table. And then you have like some like Jedi Guardians. You can have like a ton of Jedis on the table, like a ton of lightsabers. So
what Mitchum's trying to say is every operative but Bad Batch is not good.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, Bad Batch is good. You're right. I'm sorry. They do have a new operative. That's my bad.
Okay.
But Ahsoka would be better. But neither here nor there. So I was a little upset that it wasn't an operative. However, though, I think they kind of made up for it with this upgrade keyword or this upgrade card. I think that is going to be very interesting. And like, I really kind of want to run her in a clone squad first before I kind of like, while I'm trying to figure out how to use her unit card and her command cards and stuff like that. So, I'm not going to lie, I'm also kind of upset, a little upset about the sculpt, but because like both models, like, so the one in the foreground is like season 1 Ahsoka. Like that's the one we see in the first episode. That's where she gets her nickname. Like that's Snips. And then the one in the background is like sitting on the tactical rock is like season 5, 4, 5-ish. Like when she's about to leave the order and everything. So she's still a little bit grown up. I would have loved to see that one be season 7 Ahsoka, but this just means I'm holding out for the Siege of the Mandalore Battle Force when they release Bo-Katan and a bunch of like Owl clan, Night Owl clan Mandos, and they're just going to go take back Mandalore, and then her and Rex are going to be badass again. So that's what I'm speaking it to truth. So that's what I'm gonna choose to believe right now. So, but yes, very excited. Still have not seen a command cards or unit card, which I'm assuming they'll drop at Adepticon because I think pre-orders are live, and then she'll be available in May, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, like May 15th, I think. So your boy already ordered a box, and I'm pumped.
Yeah, I bet we'll see at least a unit card. Command cards might come in the old Seeing the Stats article in April, but
Yeah, probably.
yeah.
I think this is a buy for me. I want to try her in 501st, so she's got to be legal in 501st. I said
Yeah,
Commander
the description of the
501st.
box mentioned 501st, so I'm assuming she'll be able to they'll amend 501st for her to be taken. Like it only makes sense. Maybe she'll be an operative in 501st. Maybe.
I just think it'll be fun. I don't know if they're relaxing Commander operative requirements. Maybe I can take her, Anakin, and Rex just for fun.
That's true.
Maybe I can take her and Rex, depending on our command cards.
I mean, it would be a huge oversight if they don't let you take her, Anakin, and Rex in 501st. Like they're going to find a way to do that, I think.
Yeah. I just wonder what our command cards are like, because maybe you save some points taking Ahsoka and you get kind of a Anakin light experience. And maybe you could put more points into the list.
That's kind of what I'm imagining. I think because like the way she is in Rebels, she's very defensive, and then she has like her one okay, go in card. But I think this one's going to be it'll probably be she'll probably be able to I'm picturing she'll be able to share tokens with clones for one turn, maybe. Maybe get exemplar for one turn. I think she's going to be very clone like a lot of clone synergy, I think, just from what I remember from the Clone Wars and everything. And not to say that Anakin is selfish, kind of is, but his command cards only bit of himself, So besides Tempted, but again, it's all about Anakin. And I think Ahsoka is not exactly the same way as far as thematically. So I think they're going to try to work that into the command cards. I hope, at least. So.
Man, it must be pretty exciting to have a battle force that is going to get regularly updated and have units added to it. Pretty neat.
It is in fact pretty neat. Yes.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know what that's like.
I think the biggest question is if her command cards will be able to be taken by Rebel Ahsoka if they just make these Gar only, because they've made the Rebel ones Rebel only. So
I think it makes sense that Rebel Ahsoka can take these, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
It would.
Yeah. Plus, also, Rebels, you already have the problem of, oh man, what command cards am I bringing?
I can't hold all these command cards.
Yeah, exactly. So, what's adding 3 more?
Yeah, it's we'll see if they're good enough that you want to bring all 6 or not.
I will.
Yeah, I know.
We could have an Ahsoka off. We could have an Ahsoka fight.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about that. That'd be crazy. I very rarely play against Ahsoka. I have only played Ahsoka, so I don't really know how to counter her.
I play against Ahsoka all the time.
I know.
It's you.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited. It'll be fun. We could maybe have a Rebel Ahsoka versus Gar Ahsoka.
Possible.
See how it goes.
Possible.
See how it goes.
Yeah.
But
love the paint job too.
No, okay, quick. I wanted to mention this. For me, who is not necessarily a talented artist, is there any chance that the kind of stripes on the Gurguta thing are on the model?
Enhance. That looks pretty painted.
That looks
painted
to me. Yeah, it's going to be painted.
Dang it. What about that? I can maybe work with that. Nope.
No.
Maybe a little bit. I think here it's just the bend of where it's resting on the shoulders.
Yeah.
Happens to fall where one of the lines is.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you're cooked, bro.
I would love that if I could, have a nice, kind of mold, I don't know, a line for me to
try
to stay in.
I also
I'll
liked
just
how
see.
they used like her painting, not like the models, but like the painting on the box is based off
Mhm.
the actress that played her in the Ahsoka show, like the younger version of her. And it's not based on like the actual Clone Wars version of her. So I
Okay.
do like that. I can see a lot more of like the live action actress in this Ahsoka than I can like the Clone Wars Ahsoka, which is cool. I like that. And I know they've leaned heavily into that as far as like art styles and everything. So
Okay, Matt. I have the swoop bike Togruta head guy here because I put him on one of my sleeper cells,
Yep.
and the lines are there. They are shallow, but they are there. So maybe there's hope for you yet.
I would really, really love that.
yeah,
Just for
that would be
for me and for everyone who sees my model.
that would be
That
baller. Honestly, I'm really considering having her like commission painted just because like I don't want to mess her up. So I had my
I
Rebel
was
Ahsoka commission painted as well. So I'm if anybody wants to paint her for me, let me know.
I was thinking the same thing actually because my Anakin's commissioned. So I was like, maybe I could, do the Ahsoka and we could do buddy buddy.
Yeah,
But
I don't mind painting. I painted Obi-Wan and Anakin, and I painted everything else. Most of my Rebels I bought them already painted, and I had a buddy paint most of them. But yeah, this is going to be different. So
All right. Permission to move on to the next piece of news.
granted, I guess.
Okay. Nothing too crazy. They just showed some box art for the Stormtroopers and the Rebel Troopers. And I think, was there a price? Are these guys up on the Asmodee site too?
Yes, and I think they're $50 now.
I was gonna say I think they're probably 50. That's what Geonosians
But
are.
you get
Correct.
11 models, so you can have like they're giving you enough to get a supersized squad.
Okay.
So I think the biggest thing to take out of this is no heavy weapons whatsoever. Besides,
Well,
like
No, there's two.
Those
two.
two.
Okay. Okay. No. What were the ones that were missing? I think the Z6 is missing, and then like the Zion
I
gun in
think
there.
the shotgun is missing.
The Z6 is shotgun, and then for the Empire, it has the rocket and the T-21. So they're missing the
I see the
DLT,
iron
and they're missing the RT-97C.
Yeah.
So,
So
but
they changed the heavy options.
yeah, and I think the Wills have mentioned this in other interviews that they've done that there's still going to be like specialist boxes. I think that you can buy the other like upgrades and stuff like that. I believe. So yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. Hopefully, it seems like they are trying to combine things into larger boxes. So while the price tag is going up, you're getting more out of
Mhm.
one box purchase.
Yeah.
So a few less SKUs maybe is the idea here. So also probably a little easier to produce.
You can easily split this into if you want one big squad, or you can split this into two squads and just kit bash another leader for the other squad. I mean, I think that's totally doable. So, and I think that's kind of what they were leaning in towards as well. So, yeah, I don't mind the price increase.
I do like the Rebels more.
I love
the
the Rebel
sculpts.
Troopers, and I'm kind of mad because I have so many Rebel Troopers now. I have so many. I don't need another box. But these guys look so good.
But I mean, you can just throw them in when you run a big squad occasionally.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get at least one box because I mean these guys are just too good. I'll just have to sprinkle
Super
them
nice.
into all my other units and just kind of like
A lot of I was really hoping for some Bothans. That's who I feel like we're missing on the alien front for Rebels. I feel like they would have been shoo-ins for sleepers.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Well, cool. I don't have the picture on me, but I think there was also a new Ahsoka image that had some of the new phase or not phase. Oh, phases are gone, guys. They're just troopers now, clone troopers. And yeah, what'd you guys think? I saw some rumblings on various Discords that like maybe the new helmets aren't as sleek as some of the old helmet sculpts. What do you guys think?
I was okay with it. I need to see the whole pack to make my full decision, but I think it's fine. It's probably something I'm going to end up buying just to have them. So, yeah, I mean, I wasn't like blown away. I feel like the Rebel stuff has just been perfect as far as the sculpts. The Empire stuff I thought was nice. I bet the hard plastic's going to be better to work with. I just wasn't like wowed. Like it looks good, but then same kind of thing with the clones. And I think it's probably because they're a lot more samey than Rebel Troopers. So there's not like as many fun details to throw in.
Yeah. I love the fin. Is it on the phase 1 or the
Yep,
phase 2s?
Phase 1.
Okay.
Phase 1.
I feel like without it, they look just a lot closer to stormtroopers. And I mean, that's no fault of theirs, right? I mean, that's how they are in Star Wars. But so I liked that they had the fin. I don't know, just gave them like, oh, those are definitely clones that you're looking at. But yeah,
like the
said,
rebreather mask is really giving stormtrooper vibes. And I mean, these guys just look like phase 2s, so it would have been nice to see kind of like a mix and match. And maybe the box will have multiple head sizes. Like I would like to see some. Maybe they still have the fins. Maybe they have all these phase 2 helmets. Maybe they have some without helmets. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I know there's some people that don't like having models without helmets. But hey, teach their own, I guess.
I think they're supposed to come with both, so you can do it however you want. You can do phase 1 or phase 2. It's my understanding.
I've been good about head options lately.
As a clone player, and I don't know how you feel, I mean, because you play mostly Wookiees, Matt, but like I'm going to run my clone troopers as like all phase 1s and all phase 2s. I'm not going to mix and match them, I don't think. Even though they're all one unit, I'm still doing so. And I mean, honestly, like the clone marksmans that are coming out, like what's going to be the difference model wise? Maybe besides like a weapon, but like honestly, I won't need to buy the box. I can just print and play the unit card, and I have enough clones where I can just run. Okay, like there's not going to be. I don't think there's going to be any like visible difference between the infantryman and the marksman.
Other than the weapon.
Other than the weapon, I guess. Yeah, I mean, there has to be something, or unless it would be impossible to differentiate them on the table. But
I think they're just going to have DC-15s. That's to me the main difference. Probably some new poses.
I mean, that's like ARC troopers. They have a different helmet, and then they have DC-15s, and then that's what.
Yeah, more like a marksman-y kind of pose, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I guess. I guess these guys aren't the marksmen. These are probably just the new clone infantry box, right?
Yep. So they look good. They're action pose. I mean, there's only so much you can do with.
Yeah, I like the poses. I like the guy with the grenade. I think that's pretty cool. The little droid popper that he has, and so I don't know.
All right. Well, cool. All right, guys. Let's get our trowels out, and let's keep building this command card tower of power here,
brick by brick.
So I don't know if Mitchum's okay with this, but I thought we would do Rebel Ahsoka's cards today.
Okay,
since we're on a hype train.
I was gonna recommend that. So yeah, this is perfect.
I guess there would be some wisdom in maybe waiting for her other cards, but I think if we try to do all the cards at one time, Mitchum will just not be able to handle it.
I couldn't handle it, so I need time to process her new cards. I've played her enough. I've played her Rebel cards enough that I have a pretty good. I think I know how this is going to go. So I'm curious to see what you guys think.
And they've already released the 2.6 versions of her cards on print to play, so I don't think these are changing.
No,
and if they do, it'll be.
That will not be on my bingo card.
All right, family reunion and a new beginning. Do you want to start with the 3-pip or the 1-pip?
Let's start with a 3-pip.
Okay. Which 3-pip?
She only has one
it's
3 pip.
two pips.
Yeah,
That's
she has
right.
two
Okay.
pips, yeah.
All right. A new beginning. So this is Ahsoka's 3 pip. She orders herself and 2 units. When a small base trooper unit is issued an order using this card, he gains either 1 aim or 1 dodge token. Ahsoka Tano gains Inspire 2 this round. At the start of Ahsoka Tano's activation this round, she recovers. So I feel like I saw this card a lot more pre 2.6. I don't know if I've seen it played since 2.6.
This card is you're right. The best thing about this card, honestly, is the fact that it gives her recover because she does not have Master of the Force. So any of her force powers she uses, she can immediately play this card and then immediately, or get like force pushback or like force barrier, which were a lot bigger in pre 2.6. Don't get me wrong, giving out aims or dodges is always good. However, it's only small base troopers, which is not the best.
A little limiting, yeah.
Depending, pre 2.6, it was better. Like you could give it to rebel troopers who already had nimble. So, I mean, there's their dodge that they're going to keep, but now they can generate their own dodges. I have recently started to not include this in my list in my command card hand, just because rebels have this problem of they want to bring at least 3 heroes, and that is a lot of command cards to choose from. And unfortunately, this one just gets the short end of the stick. But another good thing this card has going for it is it's like the only card that gives out more than an order to Ahsoka, which is very uncommon in her command cards. She just gives orders to herself. So I don't even know if it's better than covering fire at this point. Maybe.
I was trying to look and see where it would fall. But you're saying down by covering fire?
Maybe,
you don't think it's better than that?
I don't think so.
I think it's definitely better than covering fire just for the order control that you get, at least. Right, because covering fire, it's only going to troopers or core troopers.
Oh, okay. I forgot how far covering fire fell. Okay. Pin down. Is it better than pin? Yeah, I think it's better than pin down. I think it's better than.
I think it's like in this Roger push area.
I think it's better than mechanized incursion. I agree. And I think it's better than push just because it gives out more orders, it gives out tokens, and she recovers. So now, granted, it is a 3 pip, but
you get it. You're getting a lot of.
But you're getting a lot of stuff. Like there's a lot of text on that card. So
yeah, I think this is just a mere fact of it gets elevated a little bit because it's attached to a hero.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. What do you think about that, Matt?
That's probably a decent spot. Do you think, not to spoil, do you think this is her worst command card?
No.
There's another. I don't think so. I think it's
okay. I think it's
probably Family Reunion.
The next one we're going to talk about.
Yeah. So we'll just get into that one. All right. So Family Reunion, it is her first 2 pip. It orders Ahsoka Tano and Sabine Wren. Ahsoka Tano gains Teamwork Sabine Wren. At the start of Ahsoka Tano's activation, Sabine Wren may perform a Speed 2 move. At the start of Sabine Wren's activation, Ahsoka Tano may perform a Speed 2 move.
So the best thing on this card is the fact that she gets Teamwork, or she gives Teamwork to Sabine. But also, the worst thing about this card is that it's Teamwork Sabine. Because so if you want to bring this card, you automatically have to bring Sabine. Not a lot of people are doing that nowadays because it's like, and I mean, it's nothing against Sabine, but it's just like, it's hard to make them both work in the new meta. Ahsoka works because she's a Jedi, and she can reach force powers. Sabine, she is what she is. I don't know where she really stands in 2.6. So I think this is just, I have never run this card. I've never brought Sabine and Ahsoka. I thought this card was going to be really good when it first came out, but I think it's just kind of an unfortunate fact that no one is running them together. So,
well, it seems like it's giving orders and more movement to two heroes that already have a decent amount of movement.
yeah, I mean, Sabine is speed 3, Amanda would jump 2, so she's going to get anywhere. Ahsoka's going to bring burst of speed every time, so she'll have speed 3 and she'll get wherever she wants to every time. And it's just like, I mean, I just don't see a scenario in 2.6 where this is really, really good.
Okay. Devil's advocate, not if you did take Sabine and Ahsoka, you're taking this card, right?
What's Sabine's 2-pip? Is it
it's the one,
graffiti?
Is it? Hang on, I'm looking at it right now.
Here's my problem. I feel like this is useful if you played it round 1. Because then you're giving them scout essentially, right?
Yeah, Symbol of the Rebellion is her 2-pip. So I would bring this over her graffiti card. But I would also bring push over this card, I think.
I like it round 1, actually.
The only problem is it's a 2-pip, and you typically don't want to go first.
Yeah, that's the only problem with it, too. That's a good point, though.
It might not be a bad play round 1 to get.
Okay, I was just trying to think of a possible use case.
Family reunion.
I
feel like this is down. Covering fire territory.
Okay, I was gonna say because niche teamwork cards. Do you think this is better than simple rule? I don't really.
I don't think so. Just because I think the characters that are attached to the Sith rule
are better.
Yeah,
so definitely below Sith rule.
Dooku's better than Ahsoka, and then you can make an argument that Asajj is better than Sabine.
Asajj has force powers.
Yeah, I probably would say Asajj is better than Sabine.
So, hey, Sabine doesn't have force powers yet.
Yeah, eventually she'll get like a force push that lets you go like half
speed
one.
Yeah.
That's like you got to roll a white die. If you get a result, then you can do
the speed one. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. So is it better than the orbital strike cards?
I want to say yes because of teamwork, because teamwork is still good. But air support is pretty good just because you can shoot multiple targets. So it might be better than orbital strike? Oh, you're just doing it. Okay.
How would you feel about that?
Turning the tide. It's better than turning the tide.
Travis, I'm accepting arguments for turning the tide being better. You play Sabine and you play turning the tide, so
it's better than turning the tide. It has to be better than turning the tide.
They're both quite situational, but I think
that is fair.
I think if you're bringing family reunion, you're definitely planning on playing it, whereas turning the tide is more situational based on what your opponent has done.
I mean,
so you may not play it.
You can make the same argument though. If you're bringing turning the tide, you're bringing 2 vehicles, so you're going to play turning the tide.
Yeah, but your army might not get that suppressed.
That's true. You're not using the whole text. Yes, you're right. I mean, at least with family reunion, you're going to use the entire text of the card.
Like, yeah, you're planning on.
And plus, it's another order on Ahsoka. She does have defend 1, so she likes to be given orders, which is always good. So,
I think out of respect for Ahsoka and Mitra, we will at least put her one.
Yeah,
one higher. We'll put her the new 23 between coordinated fire and turning the tide. All right, cool. All right, Swift Protector, which I think is a pretty cool card. Definitely a staple pre 2.6.
Yes.
Now I think people are kind of finding a hard time of when to play this card. But let's get into it. It's a 2-pip. You order Ahsoka Tano. She gains Guardian 2 for the round. And then when another friendly small base trooper unit at range 1 of Ahsoka Tano is declared as a defending unit this round, they may gain a dodge token.
So this card is really good in Rebels, just because Rebels love dodges. And it's when they declare a defender, so it works in range or melee, which I did not know for a long time in pre 2.6. This card has really saved me on certain rounds when my opponent was not expecting me to play it in 2.6. And it is also just kind of be like, I'll play this and then I don't use it because my opponent focuses elsewhere. It takes a lot of it pre 2.6. It took a lot of setup because you had to be like, okay, everyone needs to be within range 1. I'm going to protect this area. But so Ahsoka needs to be in a good spot where she can't be attacked, because she could still be attacked because she don't get the dodges. So I found that a lot of times when I played this card, my opponents just end up shooting at her because she won't get a dodge, which sucks. So it's like, it's gone both ways for me. I like the card. I think it really kind of fits her thematically. But yes, when she was played as more a defensive Jedi in pre 2.6, it was much better. I have recently started to not include this list in my command hand in a lot of my lists because there's just other better Rebel 2 pips out there. So
yeah, I think another knock too is that you're ordering Ahsoka here and just Ahsoka. And I feel like when you're playing this, you're planning on sitting back by your troops a lot anyways. And she may not necessarily even need the order that round. So
yeah, I mean, you could use this to get her into range, but like when you play this card, you're not necessarily like diving in or attacking her. So like she will get a dodge from defend 1 when she's issued the order, but then she's going to sit there and then do her thing at the end of the round.
So it does do a really annoying thing where she gives the troops around her the dodges and she has Guardian. But then if you shoot her, she's getting backup from the troopers she's probably protecting. So it is annoying.
It's outside range 2, but like backup doesn't matter anymore because it's a range 2 game, Matt. So nice try though.
If you're outside of range 2.
If you're inside range 2 playing this card, maybe it's not the right time to play this card.
Hey, you go watch the battle report I did with Jerry. I played this card at a very pivotal moment in the game, and it was massive. So it helped a lot.
Why aren't you rating it higher?
Well, because like
Han's
2 pip is good. Leia's 2 pip is excellent. Push is good because it gives out more than one order. Because a lot of times I've found more and more that I don't need an order on Ahsoka all the time because I'm hiding her and diving her in rounds 3 and 4. And then Rebels are generating so much dodges on their own when I bring Leia because she's giving out 3. And then, maybe a Rebel officer, she's giving out 1 or 2. So, and then, Rebel troopers are generating dodges on their own. So it's like all my units already have like 2 or 3 dodges anyway. So I've just found other cards have been more beneficial at certain scenarios when I've played.
Okay, I think we just got to go line by line on this. Is this card better than A New Beginning?
Yes.
Is it better than Mechanized Incursion?
No. Mechanized Incursion is a 1 pip.
Yeah, and in droids you can
droids
it ends up ordering a lot more.
You can do the full chain off of it, so it is strong.
And as much ridicule as we faced on Mechanized Incursion, I think it would be wrong for us to put this. Yeah,
we just wanted people to explain it to us. Yeah, we just wanted people to explain Mechanized Incursion to us.
We're just little droid babies. We don't
Okay.
know.
Okay. Money card. Money card
All
of.
right, this is the card.
right.
This is the
Ahsoka's
card.
1 pip. I am no Jedi. You order Ahsoka Tano. She gains Agile 1 this round. While attacking this round, during the form attack pool step, Ahsoka Tano adds 1 white die to her attack pool for each dodge token that she has to a maximum of 3. Plays really good into her mastery because she can spin said dodges to alter misses to hits.
And hits to
crits
yeah.
as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like marksman, but with dodges.
Like a melee marksman, yeah.
Yep. Melee marksman. This card is fantastic. I usually run tenacity on her. It's pretty much stapled to her. So if you play at her 2-pip and you use Guardian to get a wound on her, and then she has I know Jedi, you're throwing 10 dice. She surges to crit, she's pierced 2. You're gonna have 3 dodges on you because you get 1 from defend 1, and then you move twice, so there's 3. And then if you have force reflexes, there's 4. Maybe you get, if you're lucky, you can have an exemplar aim, and then Leia give you another dodge. So there's 5 dodges with an aim, and then you pop burst of speed. I've deleted CAD. I've deleted whole squads of B1s. I've deleted, stormtroopers, clone troopers. I've killed so many units with this card. It is her bread and butter card. I always bring this card whenever I bring her. I think it's up there in the 1 or 2 spot, but that's just
It's got a really high ceiling for sure, as far as the amount of hits you can put in.
The max is,
I think
yeah.
I think you want to get an aim before you go in with this, because like Mitchum says, you can just delete. But if you go in and whiff,
which I've done before,
she's usually dead. She's usually dead after that.
Yes, that has happened many a times. So if you can get an aim, like an exemplar aim from Leia or anything like that, it does help.
Because you got to kind of assume that you're going to use those dodges to flip the white dice.
Yes.
To hits.
Yeah.
But like I've seen it's like, oh, one of the reds blanked out or a couple of the blacks blanked out. Then you're only putting in like 6.
Yeah, and that's happened to me.
It can be rough.
I've done anywhere from like a full boat 10 to like 2. Like it's been all over the spectrum, and it feels bad both ways because then like you roll 2 hits, and you're like, well, shit, I have 4 dodges.
Do I convert it?
Do I convert it?
Try to live.
It depends on how many activations your opponent has and everything. But I mean, the best case scenario, you activate with her last, dive in, spend all the dodges, and then just like the turn ends. But there are very few single models in the game that can throw a 10 dice pool with 3 reds, 2 blacks, 5 whites. That's pierce 2, surging to crit. Like it's a pretty decent dice pool. So yes, it's 5 white, but I mean it's
okay. I think I think this is where I would put it, but we could continue to talk. But I think I would put it at 6, right after ploy.
Man, you're gonna make me be bad cop. Mitchum's trying to put this at 1.
I'm not saying it's 1. I was gonna put it above ambush, but that's just me.
Okay, let's look at ambush versus I'm no Jedi. So I'm no Jedi obviously is a 1 pip.
You're basically looking at the versatility there.
Yes.
Of ambush.
Yes. Yeah. Which, I would bring ambush sometimes if I'm bringing a list, just her, because again, she is order hungry. So she does want dodges, or she does want orders because she gets a dodge. And then that feeds her whole engine of everything. So like ambush is still good, but if you bring ambush and give her the order anyway, why not just play I'm no Jedi instead and then play ambush after? That's my argument. I rest my case.
Is it more or less useful than standing orders?
I think at a pivotal moment in the game, say turn 3, turn 4, it can be more pivotal than just playing standing orders at the beginning of the game.
Some would say the beginning of the game is the most pivotal.
Well, some people don't get to turns 3 and 4. I understand that as well, but when you're trying to score points in the crucial rounds of the game, and you can pop burst of speed, send her to kill off a whole unit at a POI, and then also claim that POI. I think you send her in like a rushing bullet, and then just deal with the consequences.
Yeah.
She's also 6 wounds. She's courage 3.
I think if you guys want it, I'm willing to move this up to 3. I don't think it's better than we do what we do. I don't think it's better than Fear, Surprise, and Intimidation.
I think the only reason they're not better than that is because Bad Batch
of the units
Dooku
they're attached to
than Ahsoka.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the only
Yeah,
reason
let's do
it's
that.
not better.
That's fine. I'm fine with that. We're setting a precedent that character cards are better than generic cards.
We do not show.
Which they should be.
Yeah.
There's no favoritism on this show, by the way. I just want to point that out. We respect all units of Legion equally, and they're all just as good as the next.
For
it's
audio
just
listeners,
different levels amount of hate.
He's doing the shirt thing again. Where he shows the shirt.
But yeah, I mean,
all right.
Heroes are going to have better command cards than the generics. Like, it just makes sense.
They should.
They should.
Yep.
They should.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. So we have I Am No Jedi as our new number 3. And then we have Swift Protector as our new number 12. A New Beginning as our new number 13. And down at number 25, we have a family reunion going on. So just kind of covering the spectrum here. Okay, cool.
I will die on this hill. Anybody that comes to attack us, this is the hill. I'm dying on it right now.
I just can't wait for the new Ahsoka cards to come out, and then he's having to argue between
I know.
different Ahsoka cards.
People like, for Rebel Ahsoka, never knew her.
It's like picking my favorite child.
New phone, who dis?
New phone, who dis, yeah.
Okay. Very good, guys. So, Adepticon is this week. There should be lots of news coming out. And we are going to build a bingo card here for a viewing pleasure. We will probably be recording and posting a video just to quickly go over the announcements and give quick thoughts of what's come out, what they've shown, and then of course we'll be talking about it next episode, and who knows however many episodes after that. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, there'll be a lot to dive into, but we'll see, because Points Update is also coming up in a few weeks as well.
Mid-April, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. So we kind of talked about it a little bit before, but do we have our free space in the middle? I went back and tried to watch a couple of the previous Adepticons, and I feel like it's got to be something where positive they won't, or they will do, or something they were positive they won't do.
It's on our watch list. It's on our watch list.
Yes. So right. If it's the Points Update, I would say that. Yeah. But I do feel like they always say something about, we looked at the lore and the narrative when we were designing this unit.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Or consulted with LFL. So I was either thinking lore or LFL.
Or you just put Mitch's LFL in anything.
What do you think, Matt?
I was trying. Okay, so we've gone from holistic refresh to now Will saying new edition. So I didn't know if you're going to throw in new edition here, but
he did say that
I do
a couple times.
I do like all those that you said as well.
I don't think they're going to say new edition. And honestly, I've heard holistic refresh one time. Mitchum said holistic refresh more times than Will.
Gotti said it at the very first mini strap stream. That's what he said. They were calling it a holistic refresh. not a new edition. I remember that distinctly.
Okay. I'm just going to put lore in quotation marks.
That's fair.
Okay.
Okay, so we're ready to go around the horn for things.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you want to start? You got one?
I've one. I don't know where this is gonna go, but new Battle Force.
Just new Battle
Force.
I want you to commit.
Come
man.
on, dude.
Say it
Do
with
it.
some gusto.
Do it.
Okay. New Battle Force. Well, that's probably a mini strap thing. I was gonna say new Battle Force out now, but I don't think that's gonna be. That might be a stretch.
How about new Battle Force teased?
Okay.
Because I think I know what you're talking about, and I think it's one image at the end of the show, but we don't actually get news about it until
They could just drop a new print and
Mini-strap.
play Battle Force,
No, I think the one Matt is thinking
I know
of
what one
require
Matt is
new
thinking
models.
of, but he just won't say it.
I don't want to put it out in the universe. I've been hurt so many times. I come out of my shell, I get hit, I go back in the shell.
I want new battle forces. I would love some new mercenary battle forces, obviously. But I wish, like 501st, they would continue to show that they're going to support the other battle forces with updates. Yes, obviously Shadow Collective, but as more things come out that could have been on Endor for Tempest Force, and
I still want a Boba Fett Pike Battle Force thing. How cool would that be?
I mean, I think they mentioned a Pike like criminal syndicate force, which I mean,
cool.
I think is probably the opposite side of that Book of Boba engagement, right?
Yeah.
But
I feel like most of the youths are there. I feel like it'd be pretty easy to do.
Absolutely. I know Mitchum's been jonesing for a Mando Battle Force. I would love that as well, because I would like to play the other side of that.
Yeah, of that Battle
Fall
Force.
of Mandalore. Yeah. For sure. You got one locked and loaded, Mitchum?
I got one. Yeah,
Okay. Yep.
I'm going to be a little bit more definitive than that, I think. I think they're going to tease a unit card for the mounted units that they've talked about. So either like Han and Luke on a Ton, or like Grievous on a bike. Like, because the last image we saw, we didn't see the model. We've seen models for Han and Luke at Gamma. So I think they're gonna show us a unit card for one of them. Not all,
Okay.
one of them, but I think one of them. So
yeah, and maybe not the full card, but at least like how they're gonna work.
Yeah, I think that will be more like, it'll be how, like, because there's been a lot of debate on how they're gonna do it, and I think they're gonna kind of like, this is the direction we want to go with this unit. Kind of open up the curtain a little bit on the unit design for mounted units. So
yeah, so mounted unit card teased. Yeah, for sure. I think we still need one for Empire and clones, right?
Yes.
Empire clones, because we got Grievous on the wheel bike and
Han
on a Ton.
Yeah.
Clones has got to be Obi-Wan on the Varactyl.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
That sound haunts my dreams.
I don't know what you would do for
Empire,
unless you put like Veers in a AT-AT. No, that's not gonna happen.
I know. I feel like it's already Marquand.
Yeah, you kind of have
that.
Yeah, that is kind of Marquand. So
I would love Maul on his
Maul
bike
on the speeder
eventually.
bike would be nice.
That might get me to paint up some droids to play. I actually have a CIS Maul that's all painted. I don't know if you guys knew that about me.
No, I did not.
It's the only CIS model I have put together. But
I heard that faction's real good now, Randy.
I know.
Maybe a full faction,
I just need to abandon all my other plans. Okay, cool. So this was the other candidate for free space, and that is no Shadow Collective announcements.
Oh, I see why he wanted us to go first, Matt, because we were going to be positive, and then Randy was going to be
Truthful?
Sure.
No. I'm really hoping we do get some kind of updates to those units. I'm not saying the faction needs an overhaul or changes. I'm cool if they just keep making new Merc battle forces, but I would like those units to get the 2.6 quality of life updates. Why does the Black Sun shotgun not have melee when it's the exact same profile as the other ones? You know, things like that. They are not nearly as the most efficient units in the game anymore. But I think if they are going to make changes, we'll see it in April at the points update, not necessarily at the Adepticon announcement. I think they're mainly going to focus on new stuff.
I hope they tease us with something. So
if they show a Savage pick at the end, I apologize. I'll pull a Mitchum like AMG interview style, and just my camera will black out. I'll disconnect from the call because I threw my arms up in excitement. But yeah. So that was my cheeky one. But yeah, you guys hit me with another one.
This might not happen. And this might not be a good one. I might be too vague.
We got to have some bold ones on.
Yeah,
I was going to say surprise 2025 release.
Oh.
So like something that has not been teased at all.
Okay.
Just out of nowhere.
So I think if that's going to happen, I think that coincides with a show or like a movie, right?
Yeah.
So what's coming? There's Andor season
2 is coming.
Is there something else
in April?
Is there an anniversary this year for any Star Wars movie?
Oh,
Revenge of the Sith.
Is that anything?
Oh yeah, Revenge of the Sith.
Is that anything? Is there anything there?
20 years ago.
What would be a good surprise release for that? I don't know.
I mean, Obi-Wan and Anakin,
like a Sithed out faced like special edition Anakin.
Ooh.
Maybe that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, because I mean, we did see that again kind of recently in Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Precipice World. So that would be cool.
That would be cool.
Have red lightsaber.
Okay.
Maybe a diorama. Who knows? You know, there's done a couple of those.
Him and Ahsoka on that little bridge, like fighting each other. That would be a sick diorama.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be really cool. That's more Shatterpoints thing though, but that Vader Ahsoka diorama that they did for Shatterpoint is awesome.
That would be like a cool coincide, right? Because it's Ahsoka, Vader, and Ahsoka.
Yeah. Okay, that's mine. Yep. So it could be. It probably might not happen, but it might be. You know.
Yeah.
Big enough to.
And man, it would be cool if we got. Well, I mean, Jin's getting the rework.
Yep.
I definitely want the rest of Rogue One eventually.
Yeah.
Chirrut Imwe is who I'm waiting for to come command my
cool.
rebels.
That'd be cool. And Baz.
That might be one of the biggest surprises as far as like Pathfinders, Jin, Cassian. It's like, why isn't there a battle force?
Okay, I'm gonna derail us just for a second. But Randy, just riddle me this, Matt. This is gonna be Randy's segment right here. Randy, you work at AMG. Okay, you're tasked. You're given a blank unit card, and the only image on the card is Chirrut. What keywords are you putting on his card? And what weapon are you going to give him?
So he's definitely got a staff.
Yep.
As his melee profile. I think he has definitely immune ranged pierce.
Just not immune pierce?
Possibly deflect.
Okay.
Just, you know, he's kind of drunken blind monk in that movie, right? You know, dodging out of the way, making shots go at other people. I honestly think he should be a unit with Baze Malbus though, because Chirrut doesn't bring any ranged weapons. Yeah. So yeah, I think if you had them
kind of like a bad situation, unit, but just two of them.
Yes. I think ideally it would be Baze and Chirrut, and you would give Chirrut some like light Jedi type keywords, like not any actual force powers, and then he'd your melee punch, and then Baze. Maybe just give Baze like it's like a Z6 that throws black dice or something. I'm not quite sure what that gun is, but I mean, that's not terrible if that's the only gun in the unit.
How many wounds? So you're giving the unit like what, 6 wounds, 7 wounds?
Probably just 5.
Together?
Yeah.
So give Baze like 3 and then Chirrut like 2?
2, yeah.
Okay.
Chirrut this later, yeah.
Command card?
Yeah, at least 1.
Like a Bad Batch? So just like a Bad Batch situation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
AMG, you heard it here first?
Yep.
We've
absolutely.
seen it done, and I think it was done beautifully with Bad Batch, how they did it. Like, they could apply that to Ghost Squadron. They could apply that to, Chirrut and Baz. I mean, there's a lot of different, like, groups of people that
I think that's going to be the template.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the template.
I think Bad Batch, and now granted, they're really, really good, but I think they're priced accordingly. But I think it really flows in the game with how each individual unit adds to the unit as a whole, and then all that stuff. So yeah, I would like to see more of that style of unit in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, back to your regular scheduled programming.
What about you, Mitchum? You got another one for us?
Yeah, I am. Let's see. I think they're going to tease some new, generic upgrade cards for us. They've talked about that in recent interviews that they are doing a pack, like upgrade card pack 1, which will have all the new all the new packs of like all the cards that we have in the new like bigger style. And they did mention that they are talking about new ones. And Schick has talked about this burst to speed upgrade on a like core unit for like Riot Squad troopers. And he kept saying it's not a real thing, but like, what if it was? Like, burst of speed on Riot troopers would be bonkers, bro. That would be amazing. Now, I think you have to limit it to core only, because burst of speed on arcs or sleeper cell would be stupid. But like, I mean, what, burst of speed on Black Suns, Randy? I mean, come on. You can't tell me you transport them up there, you put them in, you burst of speed, boom, boom, you drop your load, and then you're safe? Like, dude, I mean, I think they're going to give us something.
I would love to be able to burst to speed Black Suns and drop my load, but I need some points reduction for those upgrades.
That's fair.
Yeah, no, that would be cool. Like a sprint card.
Yeah, or like a all out advance, or like a we've seen force push go up to 40 points. So like, if that's the ceiling, why not make an upgrade card that costs 25, 30 points?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, might not be bad too, just for the way the game is. Like,
yeah,
with units being on one side of the board, it feels impossible to send them somewhere else to help sometimes.
Exactly.
But if you had more upgrades like that, maybe that changes that scenario. But I like that new generic upgrades. Okay, cool. Starter box price $129.99. No, $129.99.
Wow.
I think that's low, but
you think it's less than or greater than? You want to make it, or you're calling 129?
No, I think 129 to 149. I think is where it's going to fall. I think it would be wild if it was higher than 149.
I think 150 is probably where it's going to be,
because I think you got to be getting some kind of discount on the box per unit, right? And there's 2 core, 2 special forces, and 2 a commander, and probably an
commander
operative.
And 3 core, because one of them is a super squad, and then 2 men squads, and then 2 special forces. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know, but so I'm gonna put starter box 130-ish.
Okay.
Because I don't know, I feel like they're okay not making quite as much of a profit on the starter box, because once you get someone to buy the starter box, ideally they are buying a bunch more after that.
And I did assume they're going to sell a lot of starter boxes, so even if you don't make as much, you might be making it on amount of
quantity,
product,
yeah.
So
absolutely.
Okay, I got another one, and this might be controversial, but I need to do this to get the energy going right. No Gungans 2025.
I mean, that could have been the free space, if you ask me.
No, the free space was no upgrades to Shadow Claw.
Yeah, I mean,
we could have 2 free spaces, I guess.
No,
there's
2025
plenty.
Gungans. No, not happening. No chance. No shot.
Do we get a teaser image?
Well, we've
already got one.
Rulebook teaser images. Maybe. I don't know what they're gonna tease for that.
What if Will Schick just comes out wearing a Jar Jar mask
and then announces nothing
No,
about
wait.
Gungans?
I'm gonna say even better. Next Gar operative, Jar Jar Binks.
He's just gonna be like, a lot of you grew up, watched the Phantom Menace, have a very fond place for that in your hearts, and there's only one unit we could have brought from the Phantom Menace, and that is Kid Anakin in a pod racer.
Now this is pod racing.
And it's also going to be the first OP kit. Okay, no Gungans 2025.
Okay.
Awesome.
You better hope there's no Gungans. If Gungans happen, you're gonna be playing it a lot. So you better hope you'll see it.
I'm so excited. I want to see those aquatic boys.
I want to, so many things.
So I had we see Grievous on a wheel bike, like actual miniature.
Yep.
Okay.
Pictures.
Mm-hmm.
But we already did a mounted unit card tease, so I'll go to my next one here, and that is first new OP kit reveal.
Ooh, yeah, good one.
Gamma, they talked about essentially that those would be kind of coming back with different ways to play the game. So I think we enjoyed some of those more than others. Like the Dianoga one's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Poploos, and I think I played the security ones with the hidden tokens. That one was pretty fun.
Yeah, those are great ways to get players into the game and everything like that. Great for leagues and stuff like that.
Just like moving units around the board, making your attacks and stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Lay on me with another one, guys.
Let's see. I just had one on the tip of my tongue.
I had another one. I can go.
Yeah, go ahead. I just had it. I lost it.
A new hero tease for Empire. I believe the last hero we got for Empire was Moff Gideon. Is that correct?
Inquisitors count as heroes?
Marquand? Question mark?
I'm not going to count Marquand just because he was on Battle Force.
Right, Inquisitors. Inquisitors came out right up to Worlds last year.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but around that, because he was January and they were March, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know they have the new commander guys as well, but like I'm thinking like a new Saber user or someone of that level for Empire, because I think it's been a little while.
I'm trying not to think of stuff that they've already like told us, but
it's tough because there is a lot of stuff we know is coming.
Yeah.
So it's tough to not just make free squares.
I would love to see a Thrawn command card. Oh, I remember mine. Faction specific missions. I think they're going to drop one for each.
I'm worried we won't see those this year.
Okay,
I think they're going to announce
Don't put this in the square that is important. You know how they have like the Rebel Hero pack teased, and they have like the Empire Officer pack teased. Like I'm thinking maybe like CIS and Republic equivalents.
Oh yeah. I
Mm.
mean was it the Aqua box that had talked about the Quarren
Yeah.
commander?
So maybe
Oh,
like a
yeah.
Clone Commander's box, and then like a droid. It'd be sweet if you get like Trench or something, like a CIS General box or something. Be sick.
What's that shark guy? Tam something. The shark
I know it. Now you just said it.
Shark Boy.
and Lava Girl.
Will. Okay, so hold up. Let's stop the car. Will Schick did call him out by name.
He also mentioned Gungans
that's
by
an
name, too.
interesting pool.
Mm.
So
Riff Tamsin.
yes,
Way to riff that one out, guys.
yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Way to riff off the. Yeah, but that's suspicious. We're on to you, Will.
How many boxes
We
we
see
got left,
your
Randy?
references.
We're like halfway.
Oh.
Should I make it a 4x4?
No.
I think we see new terrain
Oh yeah,
Okay.
new terrain pack.
because the one they showed is
Mhm.
is literally coming out this coming week.
Yeah.
So I think they'll show a new terrain as well.
I think they're gonna give us a light points update.
At Adepticon?
A light points update.
You know, if it gets where nobody can make bingo because it's not possible, then we're gonna be sad. But yeah,
Like, okay, like think about it, because like we know
maybe teasing
Jin,
Points change teased.
points change. Yeah, I mean, because we know Jin and we know Callus and we know Lando are changing. Those probably won't be fully announced until the rest of the cards come out in April. So like that's gonna be the big thing in April. So like I have a feeling that at Adepticon, sleeper cells are gonna get addressed, and they're gonna go.
I don't know. I feel like that's points. That's a points.
I think we're gonna get a light one. I think we're gonna get a small one. Small one.
I don't know. I feel like Adepticon is like sexy. You're showing boxes.
Sure.
You're talking numbers, but not points numbers.
Yeah.
I put points change tees.
So I want to say like, you know, update to the Clone Core set and CS Core set, but I feel like we're too close to Gamma. I feel like they'd have, you know, they would have released the art if they had it. But might hold up on that. I just want to know what's in that core set with them, you know?
Oh yeah. How about a new core sets detailed?
Yeah.
That's an easy one. I guess we're gonna have some easy ones on there.
We don't know exactly what's in it. They said, hey, you can infer from the box, but they didn't say.
Yeah, I think they'll say what each thing is.
Can I put another wild one out there?
Yep, absolutely.
New generic command cards. I'm going way off the way at rails. I don't think we're getting a blackout on this one, boys.
We might see that one though, just because we are getting card packs.
Yeah.
So if they have those, they would come in the card packs.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Do we see a change in list building? Like, I know we just went up to 1,000 points, but like, do they mess around with the numbers at all?
Play with the ranks.
I
feel like they've teased that a lot.
Yeah.
About wanting to alter like how many commanders or operatives you can bring. Whether that's addressed at Adepticon or the points update, I'm not sure, but yeah, I think it could.
Do we think it's going to be faction specific, or will it be generic across the board? And which do we think will be better?
It depends on how they, you know, if they loosen it up across the board, I think that'd probably be fine to do it across the board. But
I think it's all going to work like how Shadow Collective is. You have to bring one commander, and then you can bring a mix of commanders and operatives up to 4.
Yeah, probably.
Seems to make sense.
Probably. Yeah, that's kind of boring, unfortunately. But I would like to see if they want to dive into this faction identity thing. If they make each army have a different, limits on their list building and stuff like that, I would like to see that. But
I think it'd be cool if units had different points and different factions, but
that would help. I think a lot of this crossplay that we don't see anymore, because that was the big thing right at the end of Legacy Legion, was everyone was bringing units that weren't in their faction. Now it's just, it's borderline unplayable now. So
all the mercenaries don't have the 2.6 shine, pretty much.
Yeah. And Boba and Empire and Boba and Rebels are different points. Ahsoka and Rebels and Ahsoka and Gar will be different points.
Those two are technically different units.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. But it's not like I could bring Shores in a Gar list. So, the only shared factions, the only shared units are mercenaries.
Speaking of mercenaries, mercenary-ish pack, maybe.
Hondo Anaka announced.
Ooh.
Hondo tease.
Hondo
I
tease.
like it.
Hondo and the Pirates. Next, Scum and Villainy Battle Force.
You know what? I'm not that big of a Hondo guy.
Oh, what?
I don't know if I'd be that excited.
You're telling me Hondo at Disney World was like, hey, I need you to steal the Millennium Falcon, and didn't do anything?
Man.
That was my first exposure to Hondo. I rode that ride before I got that far in Clone Wars.
No way.
And you were like, who the heck is this guy?
Why is this guy telling me to steal the Millennium Falcon?
Yeah, I was like, what the heck is going on right now?
Man,
I was with my 6-year-old daughter, and I was like, look, it's Hondo Anaka. She's like, who? And I was like, he's cool.
He's awesome.
We're about to steal the Millennium Falcon. So
yeah, it took me a long time to get through those first couple
seasons. He has a whole army. That would be a great battle force.
And that would be interesting because it would
the tank, and then they had the speeders.
He worked with everybody, right?
Well, he did.
Yeah.
So, he could put him with everybody.
Honestly, and I don't know if we want this to be a card, but if they finally go what everyone wants them to do and make Scum and Villainy a full-fledged faction. Just make it the fifth faction.
I already put no SC.
I know. But that's what they need to do. That's what they need to do. You can bring in the Hutts. You can bring in Hondo and the Pirates. You can bring in, the Concord Dawn Mandalorians. You could just bring in the Mandalorians. Just bring in all the neutral factions. They call it the neutral faction, or the Scum and Villainy.
It's the mercenary faction to me. But I think it makes sense that they're separated out into forces personally, because I think if you just had it to where you could take them all, it would limit the ones you could make, because that would balloon a lot eventually. Yeah. Oh, let me take those big scorpion droids from Book of Boba with Maul and Savage.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do give us the big scorpion droids though. That is
I would like that very much.
Boba on a Rancor.
Boba on a Rancor. I would like to see a new creature trooper.
Boba on a Rancor would be a cool vehicle or mounted trooper. That could be
That's 3 different Bobas though in the game.
What a spot! If you were like Boba Fett, Mercenary Force.
Isn't there about to be 3 different Ahsokas in the game? And arguably, Boba's way more popular and cooler than Ahsoka. We all know that.
Sure.
So.
All 5 minutes he's in the original film.
Boba Fett.
More than Ahsoka.
He is in Clone Wars more than he is in anything else.
Yeah, for sure.
He's a little child.
Guys, where's Django? I'm putting Django.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
Django, yeah. Okay, well, if you're going to put Django, put Mace Windu.
Django, finally.
Put Django / Mace Windu.
Oh, yes. Okay. So, next Jedi tease, next Gar Jedi tease. They showed me that Shock T picture in the rulebook.
Okay,
I think it's going to be generic Jedi, right?
Yeah,
I think that's where
it's going to be. It's going to be build your own Jedi. Build your own.
Now
and then it's going to look like Mundy.
As much as I love generic Jedi, I'm not complaining. Give me generic Jedi.
Oh, I hate killing.
But what are we doing? What are we doing with not having Mace Windu?
No, you're right. If Django's coming, Mace should come.
Yeah, they should
Right.
be one and the same. Okay.
Like that's the way.
Next operative slot in Gar, Jedi Knight. Not Master Jedi. Not Jedi Master. Jedi Knight. Also generic Jedi. Generic Jedi Knight. Operative. Not as good as a Master. Won't have a
I feel
mastery.
like you're just throwing so many words at me right now.
Okay, Mitchell, what goes in the square? What goes in the square?
Okay. I put next Jedi Gar, and then in the later square, I'm going to put generic Jedi operative question.
They're going to be like, this is the worst bingo ever. None of these squares are filled.
All right, we got 4 left.
Now we're just throwing out like wish list things.
Yeah, the top portion of this card is going to be much easier to bingo than the bottom portion of this card.
Old Man Boba. I'm sorry. Old Man Obi. Ben Kenobi, I guess.
We're not there yet.
Yeah, that's fair.
I honestly think we'll see a young Obi-Wan
Okay,
before we see an old
there's
Obi-Wan.
got to be something coming out because Andor's coming out next month. So they're going to tease something. I mean, we already know Jin. Are they going to give us a Cassian rework? A K2 rework? Are they going to give us a Luden? Maybe a Mon Mothma?
Luthen, yeah.
Luthen? Mon Mothma?
Mon Mothma is probably not.
I think if Mon Mothma was coming, she would be in that commander pack.
You're right. Yeah. So maybe a Cassian rework? They love small dice.
I feel like they've been pretty upfront about Jin getting a rework, and they have not even breathed the name Cassian, so I would be extremely surprised. How about
Luthen?
More Ghost Squad?
Okay.
Teased.
Yeah.
An Ezra or a Kanan.
I would love them to do. I would love them.
Well, it's been a long time since Rebels got a new Jedi, right? Like Ahsoka was the last one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I would love them to do a Ghost Squad like they did Bad Batch.
Yeah.
I think that would be great.
Like Sabine stays her own.
Yeah, Sabine stays her own. And Hera would probably be in the command pack with Mon Mothma and all that. But then she could also be like in this Ghost Squad.
That would be cool if you could run them separately, but then there was a squad card.
Yeah, because I mean you can do like Kanan, Ezra, Zeb, and then like what's the droid? Whatever the droid is.
Choppa.
Yeah. You could do that for I don't know. Make Zeb like Wrecker and then like maybe make Ezra like season 1 Rebels so he doesn't have his Jedi powers really yet. And then make, Kanan the Jedi. So
they get a force power. That'd be interesting.
That'd be interesting. Maybe deflect. That would be interesting. So.
Okay.
What about another vehicle? I know we're getting mounted stuff, but like another vehicle.
I'm trying to think. What's the last vehicle we got? Has it been a long time since it was the swoop bike the last vehicle?
Snail tank?
I think the swoop bike was after the snail tank.
Technically,
snail tank and Flutter were the same
ground
time.
vehicle.
I guess technically Dark Troopers and Aqua Droids, right?
What would it be, though?
Crab Droids, I guess.
Crab Droids?
I don't know. Droids are so weird as vehicles because they're technically a droid, but just with wheels.
I'm trying to think what other vehicles there would be.
We can just do new vehicles. Maybe Rebels will get their own bike.
Yeah, I think new vehicle is plenty unlikely on its own.
TIE Fighter.
I have one printed. They're way too big. I have one printed.
Maybe his terrain. We got the crashed X-Wing.
Vulture Droid would be way more likely.
Mm-hmm.
But not happening. How many do we have left?
Two.
New force powers.
A will makes a joke about another will.
Yes. Yes.
That's a good one.
Will makes a joke about Will. That leaves it open in case he makes a joke about himself.
We get him either way. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, absolutely. Remind me to tell you guys something after the pod that I want to say, but I'm not going to say it.
After dark. Coming soon.
Don't vague book people.
Oh, man. You can come ask me in our Discord if you want what I was going to say.
It's so hard.
All right. New Core Trooper.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a good one.
I'm not sure for what faction, but.
Previously unteased?
Yep.
Okay.
Probably Rebels, maybe?
I don't know. I feel like they just got
It
3
better
new
not be
ones.
Empire. That's all I got to say. It better not be Empire. You got enough.
Yeah.
You need your 8th Core Trooper.
Do you guys feel like CIS needs one, or do you think Geonosians fill that slot? Because do the Geonosians count as cores?
Yeah, they do.
That's at least 3.
I think that probably fills their 3rd slot. But clones need a 3rd one, but I doubt they're going to get one this
Honestly,
Adepticon when
you
the
could build,
marksmen are coming.
You could build them so differently. You don't really need. I mean, where do you go from here? Clone cadets.
Maybe Rebels though, because Empire did
Rebels
get riot. Empire got riot, so they have 4. So
I mean, if you listen to the X and 1 video, going X and O with Dan, he is a big believer that clones need a cheap core unit. So I just don't know what that is.
The public is against Scar, so anything Gar gets will be panned.
Stop the Gar hate.
That would be nice, though. I'm just going to be happy to get cloned marksman, honestly.
Yeah.
So
hopefully they get some missions that benefit them, because otherwise no one's playing.
Or price point. We'll never know. You never know.
All right, there it is. Our beautiful bingo card. If anyone else wants to be bold and make a bingo card to fight our bingo card, come at us, bro. No. I think this Adepticon is going to be a big one. They said it last year that this is going to be a big year for Legion. So excited to see it.
And if you guys want to play along with this bingo card, I'm pretty sure.
Put the free space in the middle. Put the free space in the middle.
I gotta fix it.
Put the free space in the middle.
We will post this bingo card in our Discord, so you guys can come join and play as we watch them announce all this stuff.
Yep. No, and I've enjoyed talking with people in the Discord. This is 2 weeks of me leaving the notifications on. So don't make me regret it, but it's worked out so far. But that's been good. So
it's like moving it on its own.
It will be fixed in a future update.
Yeah. it keeps putting Mitchum's dumb points change teased in the middle. Ain't no one gonna get that.
If the middle square does not get filled, they will be upset. We'll get it fixed.
But okay, well, right on. Any other announcements? Join our Discord, fill out that questionnaire for us. We have a tournament coming up here in April
12th.
April 12th at Game HQ. I'll be there. Will Mitchum be there?
No.
Nope.
I might.
don't think.
Really? Oh, who knows?
You never know.
Let's go.
Okay.
At least one of us will be there.
I'm gonna put on the mat suit that day and be down there. So.
Yeah, I will have some X and 1 swag. If you're good at going X and 1, you could get some. And
make sure you
Wardome tournament.
Yep, Wardome tournament coming up at the end of April, 20th and 21st. I think they're up to 20 players. I think last time I checked, they have room for 11 spots left. Is what I saw recently. Yes. So make sure you head down. Go check that out. We will be sending prizes down there. So if you go X and 1 down there, you can win some awesome prizes. I need to mail that to my buddy. Yeah. And then make sure you go check out the ZZ Armory for all of the new Felucia stuff and any other prints. I think the last couple months in the end of last year, he did the Bug Empire. So if you want a Geonosian table, it's a great place to get started. And if you have questions about 3D printing, I'm sure he would love to answer them in our Discord. So yeah, Bamboo Labs, free sponsor.
And then I believe I'm definitely going, and I think Mitchum's definitely going down to the Big D tournament in Dallas at the end of May. So if you're going to be out there, come join us, hang out. I think Cesar and Reagan are running that one. Cool dudes. Reagan was on last episode. You should listen to that one too. And yeah, cool. Well, this is us signing off from this pre-Adepticon world. So enjoy having heard everything that's about to be announced, because we definitely got it all. Yep. No misses here. But yeah. So thanks for listening, and remember, X and O is just some unreleased thing away.
See ya.
Bye.